Question 1. Topic: Coverage exclusions and limitations. Which of the following situations is typically excluded from coverage under a standard Idaho homeowners insurance policy? A. A tree falls on the home during a windstorm, causing roof damage. B. Damage caused by an earthquake that cracks the foundation of the home. C. Water damage from a burst pipe in the kitchen. D. Smoke damage from a fire that occurred in a nearby home. Answer: B. Damage caused by an earthquake that cracks the foundation of the home. Explanation: Standard homeowners insurance policies, such as HO3 or HO5, typically do not cover damage caused by natural disasters like earthquakes. Earthquake insurance must usually be purchased as a separate endorsement or policy. The Idaho homeowners insurance policies are governed by state-specific regulations, and while windstorm damage, option A, and smoke damage, option D, are covered under a typical policy, earthquake damage requires additional coverage due to its high-risk nature in certain regions. Burst pipes, option C, are generally covered unless they result from negligence. Relevant law. According to the National Association of Insurance Commissioners (NAIC), homeowners policies generally exclude earthquake and flood coverage, which must be added through endorsements or separate policies. This is consistent with Idaho-specific insurance market practices. Question 2. Scenario-based question. Topic: Claims handling. Mr. Harrison recently experienced a significant water leak from a burst pipe which caused damage to his living room floor and ceiling. After reporting the claim to his insurance company, an adjuster inspected the damage but stated that part of the claim might be denied due to wear and tear on the plumbing system. Mr. Harrison believes that all damages should be covered since the pipe burst unexpectedly. What should Mr. Harrison do next to resolve this dispute? A. File a complaint directly with the Idaho Department of Insurance. B. File a lawsuit against the insurance company immediately. C. Review the specific exclusions in his policy and attempt to negotiate with the insurance company. D. Accept the adjuster's decision and move on. Answer: C. Review the specific exclusions in his policy and attempt to negotiate with the insurance company. Explanation: In this scenario, Mr. Harrison should first review his policy to understand the specific coverage exclusions and limitations related to wear and tear. Idaho homeowners policies, like those in many other states, often exclude coverage for damages that result from maintenance issues or gradual wear and tear. However, sudden and accidental water damage, like a burst pipe, is generally covered. Mr. Harrison can negotiate with his insurer and may need to provide evidence that the pipe burst was sudden and not due to negligence. If this approach fails, he can escalate the dispute through mediation or arbitration, which is a common resolution process in Idaho for insurance disputes. Relevant law. Idaho insurance regulations require that insurers provide clear definitions of cover perils and exclusions. The Idaho Department of Insurance also oversees consumer complaints, but immediate legal action is not recommended without exhausting other dispute resolution options, such as mediation. Question 3. Topic: Policy provisions and endorsements. If a homeowner in Idaho wishes to protect their home business equipment, such as computers and office furniture, beyond the standard coverage limits, which of the following options would be most appropriate? A. Increase the dwelling coverage limit. B. Add an identity theft endorsement. C. Purchase a scheduled personal property endorsement. D. Add a home business endorsement to the policy. Answer: D. Add a home business endorsement to the policy. Explanation: Standard homeowners policies typically have low limits for home business property, e.g., computers, office furniture, and may exclude certain business-related activities. To ensure comprehensive coverage for home business equipment, adding a home business endorsement is the most appropriate option. This endorsement specifically extends the coverage limits and adds protections tailored to business use, while scheduled personal property, option C, is more relevant for high-value personal items like jewelry or art, not business equipment. Increasing the dwelling limit, option A, does not address personal property directly, and identity theft protection, option B, is unrelated to business equipment coverage. Relevant law. Idaho's insurance regulations allow insurers to offer endorsements that provide tailored coverage for specific needs, such as home businesses. This endorsement ensures that business-related assets and liability risks are adequately covered under the homeowner's policy. Question 4. Topic: Property insurance coverage. Which of the following is true regarding loss of use coverage under standard homeowners insurance policy in Idaho? A. It only covers the cost of repairs to the property. B. It covers both the cost of temporary living arrangements and additional expenses incurred while the home is being repaired. C. It pays for replacing damaged personal property. D. It only applies if the loss is caused by fire or windstorm. Answer: B. It covers both the cost of temporary living arrangements and additional expenses incurred while the home is being repaired. Explanation: a loss of use coverage, also known as additional living expenses (IL), provides compensation for the cost of living elsewhere while the insured's home is being repaired after a covered peril such as fire or storm damage. This includes hotel bills, dining expenses, and other related costs. It does not apply to repair costs, option A, or personal property replacement, option C. Coverage applies as long as the damage is caused by a covered peril, not exclusively fire or windstorm, option D. Relevant law. Standard homeowners policies in Idaho follow similar guidelines as those outlined by the Insurance Information Institute, providing ALE for temporary living costs when the home is uninhabitable due to a covered peril. Question 5. Scenario-based question. Topic: Policy application and underwriting. Mrs. Anderson lives in Boise and is applying for homeowners insurance. During the underwriting process, the insurer conducts a property inspection and finds that her home has outdated electrical wiring, increasing the risk of fire. The insurer offers her a policy, but at a higher premium due to this increased risk. What action can Mrs. Anderson take to reduce her premium? A. Decline the policy and search for another insurer. B. Install a monitored fire alarm system and request a premium discount. C. File a complaint with the Idaho Department of Insurance regarding the premium. D. Attempt to negotiate the premium with the insurance company without addressing the electrical issue. Answer: B. Install a monitored fire alarm system and request a premium discount. Explanation: to reduce her premium, Mrs. Anderson can take proactive steps to mitigate the increased risk by upgrading her home's safety features. Installing a monitored fire alarm system is one effective way to lower the risk of fire and qualify for discounts with many insurers. While she can search for another insurer, option A. The electrical issue will likely be flagged again, as most insurers follow similar underwriting guidelines. Complaints to the Department of Insurance, option C, are not appropriate in this case as the premium increase is based on the insurer's risk assessment, which is lawful. Negotiating without addressing the safety concern, option D, is unlikely to succeed. Question 6. Topic: Claims handling. Which of the following is the correct step for an insured to take immediately after suffering property damage from a covered peril under an Idaho homeowners insurance policy? A. Hire a contractor to begin repairs immediately. B. Wait for the insurance adjuster to provide a settlement check before taking any action. C. Make reasonable temporary repairs to prevent further damage and keep all receipts for reimbursement. D. Discard any damaged property that cannot be repaired. Answer: C. Make reasonable temporary repairs to prevent further damage and keep all receipts for reimbursement. Explanation: after property damage occurs, the insured must take steps to prevent further damage, such as covering broken windows or using tarps to protect the roof. This is a standard provision in homeowners policies and is essential for protecting the property from additional harm. Receipts for temporary repairs should be kept, as they are typically reimbursable by the insurer. Hiring a contractor without the insurer's approval, option A, could lead to issues with claim settlement, and waiting for a settlement, option B, without preventing further damage may result in reduced compensation. Damaged property should not be discarded, option D, until inspected by the insurance adjuster. Relevant law. Idaho's homeowner policies, like those in other states, include a duties after loss provision that requires homeowners to take reasonable steps to mitigate damage while waiting for the insurer's response. Question 7. Topic: Endorsements. The homeowner in Idaho wants to ensure they are covered in case of damage to their property due to a flood. Which of the following actions should they take? A. Increase their dwelling coverage under the existing homeowners policy. B. Purchase a flood insurance endorsement for their current policy. C. Purchase a separate flood insurance policy through the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP). D. Add a water damage endorsement to their current homeowners policy. Answer: C. Purchase a separate flood insurance policy through the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP). Explanation: homeowners insurance policies in Idaho, like most states, do not cover flood damage. Flood insurance is a specialized type of coverage that must be purchased separately, often through the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP), while endorsements like water damage, option D, cover incidents like burst pipes or water backup. They do not extend to natural flooding events. Increasing dwelling coverage, option A, or adding a flood endorsement to a standard policy, option B, would not provide flood protection unless the flood policy is purchased separately. Relevant law. The Federal Emergency Management Agency (FEMA) oversees the NFIP and Idaho residents in flood-prone areas are strongly encouraged to purchase separate flood insurance. Question 8. Topic: Coverage exclusions and limitations. Which of the following is typically not covered under a standard Idaho homeowner's insurance policy? A. Fire damage to a detached garage. B. Theft of personal property inside the home. C. Water damage from a storm surge. D. Vandalism to the exterior walls of the home. Answer: C. Water damage from a storm surge. Explanation: a standard Idaho homeowner's insurance policy does not cover water damage caused by a storm surge. This type of damage is considered flood-related, which is excluded from most homeowners' policies. Fire damage to detached structures, option A, theft, option B, and vandalism, option D, are typically covered under a standard policy unless explicitly excluded. To protect against storm surge or flood damage, separate flood insurance must be purchased. Relevant law: flood damage exclusions are standard in most homeowners' insurance policies across the U.S., including Idaho. Additional coverage must be acquired through the NFIP or private insurers. Question 9. Topic: Risk management strategies. Which of the following would most likely result in a premium reduction for an Idaho homeowner? A. Raising the policy's deductible from $500 to $1,000. B. Adding high-value personal items, such as jewelry, to the policy through an endorsement. C. Living in a high-risk flood zone without purchasing flood insurance. D. Choosing an actual cash value (ACV) policy instead of replacement cost coverage. Answer A. Raising the policy's deductible from $500 to $1,000. Explanation: increasing the deductible means that the policyholder agrees to pay more out of pocket in the event of a claim, which typically results in a lower premium. Adding high-value items, option B, through an endorsement increases coverage and may raise the premium. Living in a high-risk flood zone without flood insurance, option C, could lead to financial risk, but it doesn't directly affect the premium of the homeowner's insurance. Choosing ACV coverage, option D, might lower the premium slightly, but it's generally not recommended as it reimburses for the depreciated value, not the full replacement cost. Relevant law: Idaho insurers adjust premiums based on several factors, including deductibles, coverage limits, and additional endorsements. Increasing deductibles is a common method to reduce premiums. Question 10. Scenario-based question. Topic: Claims handling. Mr. Baker files a claim for water damage caused by a burst pipe in his basement. After investigating the claim, the insurer determines that the damage resulted from years of neglect to the home's plumbing system. What is the most likely outcome? A. The claim will be denied, as the damage was caused by neglect, which is not a covered peril. B. The insurer will pay the full amount to repair the damage and replace all affected property. C. The insurer will pay for half of the damages, considering both the pipe burst and neglect. D. The claim will be accepted, but the policyholder must pay a penalty for failing to maintain the plumbing system. Answer A. The claim will be denied, as the damage was caused by neglect, which is not a covered peril. Explanation: most homeowners' policies, including those in Idaho, exclude coverage for damages resulting from neglect or poor maintenance, while sudden and accidental damage, like a burst pipe, is generally covered. If the insurer determines that the cause of the damage was long-term neglect, the claim will likely be denied. Homeowners are responsible for maintaining their property, and failure to do so can void coverage for certain perils. There are no penalties for neglect, option D, but the claim can be denied due to policy exclusions. Relevant law: Idaho homeowners' policies follow standard provisions that exclude coverage for damages caused by neglect, as detailed in the National Association of Insurance Commissioners (NAIC) guidelines. Question 11. Topic: Liability coverage. Under an Idaho homeowners insurance policy, which of the following situations would likely not be covered by personal liability insurance? A. A visitor slips on a wet floor in the insured's home and breaks their leg. B. The insured's dog bites a passerby while the insured is walking the dog. C. The insured damages a neighbor's property while trimming trees in the backyard. D. The insured intentionally damages their own property during a disagreement. Answer: D. The insured intentionally damages their own property during a disagreement. Explanation: personal liability coverage is designed to protect the insured from claims made by others for bodily injury or property damage that the insured is legally responsible for. However, it does not cover intentional acts of damage, whether to the insured's own property or someone else's. Accidents, such as someone slipping, option A, dog bites, option B, and damage to a neighbor's property, option C, are typically covered under personal liability insurance. Relevant law: Idaho homeowners policies follow standard practices in the insurance industry where intentional damage is excluded from coverage. Question 12. Scenario-based question. Topic: Deductibles. Mr. Wilson has a $1,500 deductible on his Idaho homeowners insurance policy. After a windstorm, his roof sustains $10,000 in damage. What amount will the insurance company likely pay toward his roof repair? A. $10,000. B. $8,500. C. $1,500. D. $5,000. Answer: B. $8,500. Explanation: the deductible is the amount the policyholder must pay out of pocket before the insurance company pays for covered damages. Since Mr. Wilson's deductible is $1,500, the insurer will cover the remaining balance of the claim, which is $10,000. $1,500 also equals $8,500. Relevant law: Idaho homeowners are responsible for the deductible portion of the claim under standard insurance contracts, and the insurer will pay the remaining amount for covered damages. Question 13. Topic: Additional coverage options. A homeowner in Idaho is concerned about earthquakes and wants to ensure their property is protected. What should they do? A. Increase the coverage limit on their standard homeowners policy. B. Add an earthquake endorsement to their existing policy. C. Purchase a separate flood insurance policy. D. No additional coverage is necessary, as earthquakes are covered by standard policies. Answer: B. Add an earthquake endorsement to their existing policy. Explanation: earthquake damage is not covered by standard homeowners insurance policies. To be protected against earthquakes, homeowners need to purchase an endorsement or a separate earthquake insurance policy. Flood insurance, option C, covers flood-related damage, not earthquakes, and increasing the coverage limit. Option A, on a standard policy, won't include earthquake protection unless specifically endorsed. Relevant law: in Idaho, earthquake coverage is offered as an endorsement to standard homeowners policies, and it must be purchased separately. Question 14. Topic: Policy limits. If an Idaho homeowners insurance policy has a $200,000 limit for dwelling coverage, what does this mean? A. The policy will cover up to $200,000 in damage for personal belongings. B. The policy will cover up to $200,000 in total liability claims. C. The policy will cover up to $200,000 to rebuild or repair the home after a covered loss. D. The policy will cover up to $200,000 in legal expenses. Answer: C. The policy will cover up to $200,000 to rebuild or repair the home after a covered loss. Explanation: the dwelling coverage limit represents the maximum amount the insurer will pay to rebuild or repair the home in the event of a covered peril. It does not apply to personal belongings, option A, liability claims, option B, or legal expenses, option D, which are usually covered under different sections of the policy with separate limits. Relevant law: Idaho homeowners policies are structured with separate coverage categories and limits for different types of losses, including dwelling, personal property liability, and additional living expenses. Question 15. Scenario-based question. Topic: Loss assessment coverage. The residents of a condominium complex in Idaho receive a notice from their homeowners association, however, that a shared pool needs repairs and the costs will be split among the unit owners. If the insured has lost assessment coverage, how might this affect their contribution to the repairs? A. The insurance policy will cover the entire assessment. B. The insurance policy will pay up to the limit of loss assessment coverage for the insured's share. C. The insurance policy will only pay if the pool was damaged by a natural disaster. D. The insurance policy will not cover any portion of the assessment. Answer: B. The insurance policy will pay up to the limit of loss assessment coverage for the insured share. Explanation: loss assessment coverage is designed to cover a condo owner's share of expenses assessed by their HOA for repairs to shared property up to the coverage limit. It applies when the repairs are due to a covered peril, though there may be exclusions depending on the policy. The coverage will not automatically cover the entire assessment, option A, but rather the insured share, and it is not limited to natural disasters, option C. Relevant law: Idaho condominium owners can add loss assessment coverage to their policies to help pay for unexpected assessments by their HOA. Question 16. Topic: Exclusions. Which of the following is typically excluded from an Idaho homeowners insurance policy? A. Damage from a kitchen fire. B. Theft of personal belongings while traveling. C. Water damage from a sewer backup. D. Vandalism to a detached garage. Answer: C. Water damage from a sewer backup. Explanation: Most standard homeowners insurance policies exclude damage caused by sewer backups unless the policyholder has purchased a specific endorsement for this type of coverage. Damage from fires, option A, theft of personal belongings, option B, and vandalism, option D, are typically covered unless otherwise specified. Relevant law. In Idaho, as in most states, standard homeowners policies exclude coverage for water damage caused by sewer backups unless an endorsement is added. Question 17, scenario-based question. Topic: Personal property. While traveling, a boy's resident has their luggage stolen, which includes expensive electronics. They file a claim with their homeowner's insurance company. Or will the insurer most likely cover A, the full cost of replacing the stolen items regardless of their current value, B, the actual cash value of the stolen items at the time of the theft, C, the full replacement cost of the items minus depreciation, D, nothing, as the items were stolen outside the home? Answer: B, the actual cash value of the stolen items at the time of the theft. Explanation: Under most standard Idaho homeowners insurance policies, stolen personal property is covered on an actual cash value (ACV) basis unless the policyholder has purchased replacement cost coverage. The ACV considers depreciation, so the reimbursement will reflect the value of the items at the time of the loss. Many policies do provide coverage for personal property even when it is stolen outside the home. Relevant law. Idaho homeowners policies often cover personal property stolen outside the home, but coverage is typically based on the item's actual cash value unless replacement cost coverage is selected. Question 18. Topic: Umbrella insurance. An Idaho homeowner is concerned about the liability limits of their homeowner's policy and wants additional protection. What is the best option for increasing liability coverage? A. Purchase an endorsement to add more liability coverage to the existing policy. B. Purchase a separate umbrella insurance policy. C. Add a personal property floater to the homeowner's policy. D. Switch to a commercial insurance policy. Answer: B. Purchase a separate umbrella insurance policy. Explanation: Umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of a standard homeowner's policy. It is designed to protect against large claims or lawsuits, offering more coverage at a relatively low cost. While endorsements, option A, and floaters, option C, add specific coverage, they do not offer the broad liability protection of an umbrella policy. A commercial policy, option D, is typically unnecessary for homeowners. Relevant law. Idaho residents can purchase umbrella policies to increase their liability protection, often supplementing the limits in standard homeowners or auto policies. Question 19. Topic: Policy cancellations and non-renewals. An Idaho homeowner's insurance policy can be cancelled by the insurer for which of the following reasons? A. The homeowner submits a claim for a burst pipe. B. The homeowner installs a new swimming pool without notifying the insurer. C. The homeowner fails to pay the insurance premium. D. The homeowner moves to a new house but keeps the old policy. Answer: C. The homeowner fails to pay the insurance premium. Explanation: An insurance policy can be cancelled for non-payment of premiums. Installing a swimming pool, option B, or submitting a claim, option A, are not reasons for immediate cancellation, though they could affect the renewal process or lead to changes in premiums. When the homeowner moves, option D, they need to update their policy, but the policy isn't automatically cancelled unless they fail to maintain insurance on the property. Failure to pay the insurance premium, option C, is a common and valid reason for cancelling an insurance policy. Submitting claims or making property changes like installing a swimming pool, option B, might affect future premiums or coverage but wouldn't typically result in cancellation. Moving to a new home, option D, requires the homeowner to inform the insurer and update the policy, but the policy remains valid until officially cancelled or non-renewed. Question 20. Topic: Personal liability coverage. A visitor slips and falls on Joan's icy driveway, resulting in injury. Joan has a standard HO3 policy. Which of the following would likely be covered under her policy's personal liability coverage? A. Medical expenses for the visitor's injuries. B. Legal fees if the visitor sues Joan for negligence. C. Damage to Joan's driveway from the fall. D. Both A and B. Answer: D. Both A and B. Explanation: Personal liability coverage in a homeowner's policy generally covers medical expenses for injured third parties, option A, and legal defense costs, option B, if the homeowner is sued for negligence. However, damage to the homeowner's property, option C, is typically covered under a different part of the policy, not under liability. Question 21. Topic: Additional living expenses. After a fire severely damages Sarah's home, she and her family are forced to stay in a hotel for 3 months while repairs are made. Which of the following would likely be covered under the loss of use? Additional living expenses coverage of her HO3 policy. A. The cost of the hotel stay and dining out. B. The cost of replacing damaged personal property. C. The cost of repairing the damaged home. D. The cost of upgrading the home to current building codes. Answer A. The cost of the hotel stay and dining out. Explanation: loss of use coverage, also known as additional living expenses, typically pays for temporary housing, e.g. hotel stays and related costs like dining out while the insured home is being repaired after a covered loss. Repair costs, option C, and personal property replacement, option B, are covered under separate parts of the policy, and upgrading the home to meet current codes, option D, may not be covered unless the policy includes an ordinance or law endorsement. Question 22. Scenario-based coverage exclusions and limitations. Mr. Douglas recently experienced a major water leak in his basement due to heavy rains. He files a claim under his homeowner's insurance policy. Upon review, the claim is denied. What is the most likely reason for the denial? A. The water damage resulted from a flood, which is excluded. B. Mr. Douglas did not file the claim within 30 days. C. Mr. Douglas has a comprehensive policy that excludes structural damage. D. The damage occurred outside regular business hours. Answer A. The water damage resulted from a flood, which is excluded. Explanation: homeowners' policies typically exclude damage caused by floods, option A, which must be covered by a separate flood insurance policy. Late filing of a claim, option B, may be an issue but would not be the most likely cause for denial in this case. Comprehensive policies do cover structural damage, so option C is incorrect. Option D is irrelevant to the claim's validity. Question 23. Topic: ordinance or law exclusion. Under an Idaho HO3 homeowners insurance policy, which of the following is not typically covered unless additional endorsements are purchased? A. Damage caused by a fire. B. The cost of bringing an older home up to current building codes after a covered loss. C. Theft of personal property from within the home. D. Damage to a fence caused by a windstorm. Answer B. The cost of bringing an older home up to current building codes after covered loss. Explanation: the ordinance or law exclusion means that standard homeowners policies do not cover the cost of upgrading or modifying parts of a home to comply with current building codes unless an endorsement is purchased. Fire damage, option A, theft, option C, and windstorm damage, option D, are covered by most HO3 policies. Question 24. Topic: dwelling coverage. Which of the following would not be covered under the dwelling coverage of an Idaho HO3 policy? A. Fire damage to the main structure of the home. B. Damage to a detached garage caused by a hailstorm. C. Damage to personal belongings inside the home due to a fire. D. Structural damage caused by a tree falling onto the roof during a windstorm. Answer C. Damage to personal belongings inside the home due to a fire. Explanation: dwelling coverage typically applies to the physical structure of the home, such as walls, roof, and foundation. Options A, B, and D. Personal belongings, option C, would be covered under personal property coverage, not the dwelling portion of the policy. Question 25. Topic: coverage for high-value items. Karen owns an engagement ring valued at $25,000. Her Idaho HO3 policy has a personal property limit of $100,000. Which of the following is most likely true regarding coverage for her ring? A. The ring is fully covered under her policy. B. The ring has limited coverage unless it is specifically scheduled with an endorsement. C. Karen can file a claim for up to $50,000 if the ring is stolen. D. The ring is not covered at all under her policy. Answer B. The ring has limited coverage unless it is specifically scheduled with an endorsement. Explanation: high-value items like jewelry are typically subject to coverage limits, often around $1,500 to $2,500, unless scheduled on the policy with an endorsement for higher amounts. To fully cover the ring's $25,000 value, Karen would need to purchase an endorsement. Question 26. Topic: subrogation. Which of the following best describes the purpose of subrogation in an Idaho homeowners insurance policy? A. To allow the insurer to recover costs from a third party responsible for a loss. B. To reimburse the policyholder for the full cost of damages. C. To increase the policyholder's deductible in certain cases. D. To provide additional coverage for high-risk property. Answer A. To allow the insurer to recover costs from a third party responsible for a loss. Explanation: Subrogation allows the insurer to pursue reimbursement from a third party who was responsible for causing the insured's loss, ensuring that the insurer is compensated for amounts paid out on the claim. This does not affect the deductible, option C, or provide additional coverage, option D. Question 27, scenario-based. Claims process. Lisa's home in Idaho was damaged by a severe windstorm and she files a claim with her insurer. The insurer sends an adjuster to inspect the damage and offers a settlement. Lisa disagrees with the amount offered and wants to challenge it. What is her best course of action? A. Accept the settlement and cover the remaining costs herself. B. Refuse this settlement and take the insurer to court. C. Request a revaluation by a different adjuster or use the appraisal process outlined in her policy. D. Hire a private adjuster and immediately sue the insurer. Answer C. Request the revaluation by a different adjuster or use the appraisal process outlined in her policy. Explanation. Most homeowners policies have an appraisal process that allows disputes over settlement amounts to be resolved without going to court. Lisa's best option is to use this process, option C. Suing the insurer, option B, is a last resort, and hiring a private adjuster, option D, without following the policy's procedures may not be necessary. Question 28. Topic: Idaho Consumer Protection Laws. Which of the following is not a protection offered to Idaho homeowners under state consumer protection laws regarding home insurance? A. Fair claims handling by insurers. B. Guaranteed policy renewal regardless of claim history. C. Transparent premium and rate setting practices. D. A reasonable process for resolving disputes with insurers. Answer: B. Guaranteed policy renewal regardless of claim history. Explanation. Idaho consumer protection laws ensure fair claims handling, transparency and premium setting, and provide processes for dispute resolution, options A, C, and D. However, insurers are not required to guarantee policy renewal, especially if the policyholder presents a higher risk due to claims history, option B. Question 29. Topic: Risk management strategies. To reduce the risk of water damage in her home, Mrs. Taylor installs a sump pump and upgrades her roof. How might these actions affect her Idaho homeowner's insurance policy? A. They will automatically lower her premium. B. They could qualify her for discounts or credits from her insurer. C. They will increase her deductible for water-related claims. D. They will have no effect unless her home suffers water damage. Question 30. Topic: Earthquake and flood insurance exclusions. Sam's home in Idaho is damaged during an earthquake and he files a claim under his standard HO3 homeowner's insurance policy. What is the most likely outcome? A. The claim will be paid in full under the dwelling coverage. B. The claim will be partially paid, but Sam will have to cover some of the repairs. C. The claim will be denied because earthquake damage is not covered. D. The claim will be accepted only if Sam has a separate earthquake endorsement. Answer: B. They could qualify her for discounts or credits from her insurer. Explanation. Homeowners who take proactive risk management steps, such as installing a sump pump or upgrading the roof, may be eligible for discounts or credits from their insurer. Option B. These actions reduce the likelihood of a claim and demonstrate risk mitigation, but they do not automatically lower premiums. Option A. Or increase deductibles. Option C. Answer D. The claim will be accepted only if Sam has a separate earthquake endorsement. Explanation. Standard homeowners insurance policies, such as the HO3, do not cover damage caused by earthquakes. Sam would need a separate earthquake endorsement or policy for coverage. Option D. Without this, his claim would be denied. Option C.